I swear to God, I'm going to throw everything through a window. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Mid-Atlantic Mauling League. No music. Wait, what does that mean? All right, regardless. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the... That's our pregame. We're good. We're gonna get ready to the game. I had a late start. I had a late evening with work, and we're just gonna get the game started. All right. Holy shit! This week has been out of my goddamn mind. All right, let's get the game started. We'll take it down a notch. We'll talk about the two teams up tonight. Tonight, I bet you it's going to be a great one. We're here in the semifinals. It's going to be the NC Snakes versus Philosophers Song. We got Move versus Spire, Dark Elves versus Lizards. This Lizard team has worked their way all the way up from round one here to the semifinals to face off against the Dungeon Bowl champions, the NC Snakes. We're going to watch them get into the action right now since I'm very late. Oh, it's a snowy evening here to kick off the semifinals. 100,000 gold and petty cash going to the Snakes this evening. 1,790,000 golden TV for the Lizardmen. 1,690,000 for the Dark Elves. We haven't seen these Dark Elves played for a while. They've earned their spot here in the semifinals of the Dungeon Bowl. Just 2 games to win to be declared this season's champion. They're up against Philosopher's Song, who fought through round 1, round 2, round 3 in the quarterfinals. And they are trying to win one more to make it to the finals here this season. Oh boy. All right. The Snakes won the coin toss. They'll be on offense. Cups defense is what they'll be looking at here in the first drive of this evening's game. 3 on the line currently for the Snakes. The NC Snakes, a Dark Elf team, very, very agile as elves. They have an AG of 2+. Decent speed. They're not as fast as some of the other elven teams, but look at that armor value. They have a lot more armor than some of those other elven teams with an AV of 9+ almost across the board. The 2 witch elves with an MA of 7 and an AV of 8 are the exceptions here, but they do have Frenzy. One has block, one has tackle. These are solid pieces on the roster. You'll hear this team referred to as the running elves. They don't do a whole lot of passing, but they do a whole lot of bashing. Perhaps not tonight, however. They're going to be up against this Lizard team with the 6 Sauruses. Do they all have block? Almost all of them, except for Kant here on the Philosopher's Song roster here has block, lots of guard as well. The Crocs with the strength of 5. These elves really don't want to go to toe-to-toe with these pieces unless they're locking them up and preventing them from moving. They're going to be hunting those skinks, however. Those 2 witch elves can do that effectively with Frenzy. One has tackle. That's going to turn off the dodge skill for these skinks. These skinks come off the pitch. The Lizard team can't score. Oh, what a tease! What a tease! Turn 1 for the Snakes. The weather has changed to perfect weather for this evening. The ball kicked just inside the left wide zone on the 10-yard line here for the Snakes. They're going to get started with a mark on Wittgenstein. It's going to be a 2-die block coming up against the number 3 Saurus blocker over in the left wide zone. SB Beaver says, "Where's the blitz?" I thought that was the early event. Yeah, so we'll go over the bracket here shortly. 2-die blitz here by Black Mamba number 2 against Wittgenstein. Pushes to try to pin this Saurus to the sideline. Well done. Breaks armor. No pin needed. That is a removal here in turn 1. The Oppo is spent immediately and will not save Wittgenstein. 1 Saurus. Why hunt skinks when you can hunt Sauruses just as easily, it seems? Holy moly. Festoon, Spire, Electric Man, SB Beaver, welcome all to the stream. Festoon with the 80 stream streak. Thank you very, very much. That's right, surf successfully. tried to dodge away from the prehensile tail. That makes the dodge a -1 instead of a 2+. It was 3+ for Rat. Couldn't get off the line. That's a turnover. Turn 1 now to the defense. 2-die blitz against Coral Reef. Number 3.5 will be a pal. 8+ breaks armor here for Schlegel. He has Mighty Blow. Takes a mark against the ball carrier. Copperhead, the ball carrier right now. The MA8 sidestep blodger. Second mark taken here by the Crocs. Looks like it's going to be a 2-die blitz against Copperhead. He's going to try to make this 3 dice. Gets the assist for with the Crocs thanks to guard. So currently 2 assists against the ball carrier. A strength 4 blitz would be 4, 5, 6 versus 3. That's 2 dice. But 1 more assist, perhaps by a skink, could make that a 3-die blitz. Mr. Rocker Crocker, welcome to the stream. Oh, you're right. He already blitzed. You're absolutely right. Philosopher's Song started all the way at the bottom of the bracket here in round 1. They defeated Con Kills Entanglements, an Imperial Nobility team, to advance to round 2, where they defeated the Tizzleworks Savage Boys, which was Tizzlebizzle's Orc team. And that advanced them to round 3, where they faced off against the Fishy Fiends, was a Chaos Renegades team, coached by Ajax. They advanced to defeat the Gonner Gits, Cobblestorm's Goblin team. Now they're here in the top 4, facing off against the current Chaos Cup champions. I'm sorry, the current Dungeon Bowl champions, the NC Snakes. Second semi-final that we have will be the Believe Broncos, BB Nuts Nurgle team, the current Chaos Cup and Spike Magazine trophy champions, facing off against Odin It's Nuffle, a Norse team coached by Clypheus, the season 2 champion. They defeated Technobabble Inc. Boo hiss boo in the quarterfinals with a whopping score of 6-1. 6-1. Odin It's Nuffle defeated Technobabble Inc. to advance to the semifinals. 2-die blitz against Schlegel will be a pal. Moccasin on the block. Ten v 10 on the pitch here. We missed a foul here by Plato. He is the fouler, but you make it to the semifinals. The refs on his game was having none of that. Turn 1 foul. Get out of here. Have some dignity. Show some respect for the game. SB Beaver says, common mistake, but Clypheus is actually pronounced Nuffle. Mr. Rocker Cracker says 10 v 9. Thank you very much. Copperhead hang on to this ball here. Slides over to the right, back to midfield. Gets away from the tail of the Crocs this time. Crocs now over in the left wide zone. Most of the team protecting the ball carrier right now against these lizards. Setting up some tackle zones over in the left wide zone. Takes a mark on the Crocs, so he takes the mark here. Came in to take the mark here. Now he's locked down this Crocs. This Crocs cannot move unless the Crocs is the blitzer. Otherwise, he can move, but the dodge is a 5+ at best. That holds true for the Crocs and the Saracens. Electric Command says the Crocs looks like a gentle giant. Both teams technically wearing black this evening, but we're going to call Copperhead the red team and the Lizards the blue team. Don't actually have red and blue enabled, but the Lizards have blue skin, and the Elves are pretty much wearing red. These Lizards... are these skinks, very, very fast, very agile. Don't want to go toe-to-toe with the Elves, as these skinks are only a strength of 2. They're also stunty, which makes them more prone to injury. Wow. Garter number 3, the rookie. His day is done. His day is done in turn 2. Not such a gentle giant. More like a very violent giant. These skinks have to stay alive in order for Philosopher's Song to stand a chance to win this game. They're the only effective ball carriers. Every single one of these Elves, however, is an effective ball carrier. Edge 2 across the board as well. Very agile Elves can get to where they need to be, and not particularly frail with an AV9 on everyone except for these Witch Elves. Very, very solid roster here at 1.6 million gold in team value. Looked like there's a lot of skill. Wow, another armor break. Gets a stun on Hume. Doesn't look like there's a lot of skills on the board until we turn on all the skills. And you can see here, Black Mamba number 2, a blodger. You can see Rattler, a blodger. Moccasin number 2, a blodger. Snake Plissken, a blodger. Copperhead, a blodger. Block plus dodge. That's what makes you a blodger, and barring any skills that would say otherwise, only a POW knocks you down. That's the power of the block plus dodge combination. Makes you very, very resilient. SB Beaver says, I'm going to argue that badly hurt is the safest thing that can happen to you. It ensures you're on the sidelines and cannot get a case of the old death. A couple of dodges here to set up some tackle zones to protect the left side of the ball carrier, but also to give this ball carrier a place to move back left if necessary. Turn 3 now for Philosopher's Song. As it happens to turn out, and as you may expect, the top 4 teams this season in terms of league points, again, league points are the sum of the points you earn for your wins and draws. You get 3 points for a win, 1 for a draw. The top 4 teams this season happen to be the top 4 teams that have made it here to the semifinals as well. The NC Snakes ranked number 2 this season. Philosopher's Song ranked number 3. Another removal here. Coral Reef 3.5 taken off the pitch on the KO. He'll go into the knockout box, which I guess is all one big box, but he'll have to roll a D6 at the beginning of the next drive on a 4+. He'll be put in the reserve box ready to go. Otherwise, he'll remain KO'd until the next drive, which he'll have to roll again. 39 seconds left in turn 3 for Philosopher's Song. 2 rerolls remaining. What is the count on the pitch right now? 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. The 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. 9v9 on the pitch. NC Stakes in turn 4. They have Moob has an all-time win percentage in this league of a massive 81.4%. They'll start the turn with a blitz against Plato the Younger. They got a POW out of this. Looking for an 8+, hunting the skinks. No armor break. Needed an 8 or higher. Rolled a 7. 2 die against Kant will be a knockdown. Witch Elf here has an MA of 7. Witch Elves come with an MA of 7. Unfortunately for Sidewinder, she did level up and pick up an extra point of movement and then got injured as a smashed knee, and now is back down to her regular old movements, but ends up commanding a higher salary anyway. SB Beaver says that poor Crocs over there feeling guilty about accidentally injuring the elf. He's like, oh man. Wow, big time foul here. Got away with it. Got a stun here against Kant. The ref saw nothing this time. And that might be the end of the turn. He's deciding whether he wants to dodge. I think he does, yeah. He's going to dodge rat number 4. The number 13 rookie, and rushes across the line of scrimmage to set up for some movement next turn. Turn 4 now for Philosopher's Song. Final turn of the first quarter coming up here. Oh no, the Crocs here in turn 4, boneheaded again. I think he really is sulking over injuring his new friend. He's like, oh, it's fine. No, I've got some single player games I can play, it's fine. Did you see that there for a second? It's like his silhouette was on the grass. That was weird. Second mark, taken against rat number 4. Blitz still available here for Philosopher's Song. 30 seconds left in the quarter. Hank the Ranger, welcome to the stream. Hank the Ranger says, good evening. Just a heads up, you didn't post the link to the stream. Yeah, I forgot to hit the button on it. I was very late this morning. I will do that now. There, button has been hit. So it should show up momentarily. All right, 2 die blitz here against Taipan number 3, the Blodger. He's going to get a knockdown here thanks to tackle. Tackle negates dodge. Hegel here the murderer on the field here. The level 5 Saurus with block, mighty blow, guard, and tackle. Why do we call him a murderer? Well, first he has block. Block is going to make the both down results safe for this Saurus. Mighty blow gives him a +1 to the armor or the injury roll, whichever he needs it for. And tackle negates the dodge skill. So if you're up against a player, an opposing player that has dodge, he no longer has it. If he's got an AV of 9, it's now an 8. An AV of 8, it's now a 7. And of course, guard will allow him to lend an assist even if he's marked. Failed dodge here to end the first quarter. Plato the Younger on the ground, no armor break. Turn 5 now for the Snakes. If I didn't already welcome you here, welcome Hank the Ranger. It's good to see you. Thanks for the reminder. So I'm getting rid of my Amazon Echoes because I'm just tired of them. I use them for home automation mostly, so like to turn lights on and close curtains and things like that. But they've become terrible. Like the ones with screens have like display ads, and the ones without screens have voice ads. Like you'll say like, hey, turn off the lights, and they'll say, okay, speaking of lights, do you want to buy new lamps? And you're just like, oh my god, shut up. So I just got tired of it, and I got some new devices. I got a couple of them I'm testing out, but they've been great. They tie into my home automation system. And anyway, today I was on a call with a colleague who was helping me out with work, and the old don't forget to take out the trash cans alert triggered through it. That I programmed it into the new devices. I was very happy about that. I'm very pleased with these new devices. Good removal of the skink here. You get a skink knocked down, foul him and take him out of the game. Very well done. Ball's going to advance to the opposing 10-yard line, and now I have the hiccups. Got a skink out of this as well on the foul. We'll see if the Crocs gets back in this game here. SB Beaver says that elf slipped. It was an accidental foul. That's right. It wasn't a foul. It was an accident. A foul, there has to be intent behind a foul. Double pals here against rat number 4. Needs an 8+ to break armor. That's not a whole lot. There's the armor break. Gets a stun. I believe we're at 9v8 on the pitch right now in favor of the Dark Elves. Hank the Ranger says, what swims in the sea? What's I don't know. What swims in the sea? I mean, I know things swim in the sea, but I feel like this is a joke of some sort. You know what? They might be. I haven't hiccuped. Double rush the mark. Copperhead, the ball carrier. Venger Voodoo. We'll see what happens over the next 5 minutes. Maybe the hiccups are gone. Failed dodge here. Gets a free reroll. Fails the dodge. That'll be a turnover. Turn 6 now for the Snakes. They've got a block against Descartes. Here it comes. 3-die blitz. Will get the knockdown thanks to tackle. Needs an 8+. Dark Elf team controlling the right sideline currently, and not much else. frees the ball carrier. The ball carrier currently in scoring position with no rushes. These lizards are going to try to force the scoring if it doesn't happen here. The NC Snakes are going to stall this out for another turn. SB Weaver asks, skinks can fail dodges? This ball will advance to the 18-yard line? No, to the 24-yard line. Well done. You know what, Hank the Ranger? I think... Oh! You know what? It's not Wenger, right? It's Venger. You should have corrected me. But I think the hiccups are in fact gone. Shamestone, welcome to the stream. Shamestone says Pips wouldn't have failed. Failed 2+ here by Anaconda. Free reroll thanks to dodge. Oh, I'm sorry, he didn't have a free reroll. He's a lineman. Spent a team reroll there to get a little more protection on the ball carrier. Turn 6 now for Philosopher's Song. Well, so far, empirically, that seems to be true. Stand-up blitz here for Hegel. Gets the knockdown on Snake Plissken. 8+ with Mighty Blow. If you don't need the +1 to your armor roll, you get it for the injury roll. That's what makes Mighty Blow so potent. No armor break though. Seconds on the clock for Philosopher's Song. I need to stop leaning away from the mic, too. SB Beaver says 2 turns with skinks is too many. That's not wrong. Philosopher's Song, one of the murderiest teams this season, having killed 10 players. Turn 7 now for the Snakes as these lizards try to force the issue here. They've taken a mark on a couple of elves. Anaconda and Sidewinder currently marked, as well as rat number 4. If things were just left as it is here, they would block all these players down, and then they'd go after the ball carrier. Right up there with murderous flings, that's right. So I guess, does the old world, does the planet not rotate? Because the sun, the shadows always seem cast in this direction. Oh boy. Dodge blitz, got the pow on Heidecker here. Breaks armor! Just got a stun out of it. Sets up the tight cage on the ball carrier to stall this out for one more turn. So I guess the planet doesn't rotate, which seems weird. Artificial lighting. Artificial lighting that can change the weather as well. Very, very solid protection here for the Elves. If we draw out the tackle zones currently, they look a little something like this. So very, very solid protection, right? You've got these overlapping zones. And all this overlap. It's virtually impossible to get this ball carrier without a few prayers to Nuffle. SP Beaver says, fun fact, they rotate the pitch with the rotation of the world to keep the shadows in the same spot. Telestrator of Doom officially in effect here. Although they've been doing pretty well without it so far. Uh-oh. That's on me, Moob. Sorry. Oppo works out here to keep Snake Plissken in the game. Good removal here by the killer. SP Beaver says, I would feel bad for the Telestrator if it wasn't an elf. Philosopher's Song here, looking to remove an elf or two before the drive's over. 2-die against rat number 4 is only going to get a push out of this. Still has 2 rerolls. Saving the rerolls for the second drive of the half in case there's a timeout. Turn 8 for the Snakes. They're hanging on to a reroll. Will they take some blocks before scoring? Looks like they will indeed. They're going to take a mark against Plato the Younger, try to get this skink out of the game. Tackle zones are not in effect here for Bruce as he's boneheaded once again. 3-die blitz, got the POW. Needs an 8+. Oh, wow! Well done by the NC Snakes. They got a removal and a touchdown here in turn 8. They're going to take the lead 1-0. 1 turn left for... Hey! Let's go! The NC Snakes cheerleading squad. There's the chick. I think this might be the longest touchdown celebration as well. That's right. That's right. That's why we're all here. So nobody can come back for the Lizards. They're all permanent removals. It'll be 11v9, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 2-man player advantage for the Dark Elves. I don't think the Lizards will be able to get on the board here unless they get a timeout. Great blitz here to end the drive. They got Plato the Younger out of the game. Nurgle's not. No. Nurgle is. Wait, is BB not here? Let's see. Yes, that's correct. Nurgle is not, in fact, number 1. Nurgle is number last. Here's the kick. Does he have something set up here? We'll see. Changing weather's going to scatter the ball. A couple spaces could have been a touchback, but it's not here. Does he have a one turn? He's got Socrates. He's got Socrates, not a sprinter, so he needs 2 pushes on Socrates to get a one-turn touchdown out of it. Here's the blitz. He wants a push. That ain't going to do it. That might be okay. Oh, no, that can't. No, that's not going to be. Well, no, that's not going to be okay. Well, he needs another block out of this. So he could do it there. So he had an MA9 Socrates. That second push coming this direction would have brought him to here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Rush could have scored. Unfortunately, only had a knockdown, which normally you want, but not in this case. 3-die block at midfield here. Both down result will be a turnover. 1-0 at the half. As Philosopher's Song is going to take to the offense. That's right, number last instead of reels. Yeah, we'll see if the Crocs gets into this game here. All right, so the defense set up in a 3-4-4. They've offset the line to the right. And they will have a 2-man player advantage going up against these Lizards. The Lizards, with just 3 skinks on the pitch, 3 of their 6 skinks have been removed. Moob and the Dark Elves have done a great job of hunting those skinks and get them off the pitch. Again, at the end of the first drive there, they took the 3-die block before scoring, got another skink off the pitch. Here's the kick. NC Snakes do have a kicker on their roster. It's corn number 3 here, so they can put this ball wherever they want. They're going to kick it deep. Oh my word. They've picked up a blitz here. 5-man blitz. The 3 players on the line are marked. They cannot be part of this blitz, but the other 8 can. Is he going to go aggressive and try to come after this ball here? There's a second mark on Schlegel over on the right side of the line here. He's the right end. It's not going to do it. He can't re-roll this because it is not technically his turn. Can't dip into the team re-roll. So not going to get the knockdown on Schlegel. Which means he's not going to get a beeline here to the ball. He'd have to swing out to the right and come back in. Didn't knock down the right end here, and it's not going to take the risk. The ball's going to end up parking itself on the 18-yard line just outside the right wide zone. And now turn 9 for Philosopher's Song. Back up to 3 rerolls here. They get a POW against the rookie, the number 14 lineman Anaconda, who's stunned. Hank the Ranger says, did you ever calculate the odds of Clyface getting 17 blitz results in a row against you? I did. I did. And I think it came out to, I'll have to double check. I don't have the results offhand, but I think it actually came out to 0.05%. I think it was 0.054. Spends a re-roll here, trying to get the knockdown over in the left wide zone. Just gets quad pushes out of this. If I could find the number. It was 0.058%. That's not 5%. It's 0.058%. Less than 1%. You would think after the the second time, maybe I'd set up to defend against the blitz, but it just didn't seem worth it. Turn 9 have mistakes. SP Beaver says, so what you're saying is there's a chance. Sure. I felt it was better to have an explosive offense where I could threaten 2 or 3 possible scoring threats and spread the team wide, and then, you know, take some blitzes to try to remove those AB8 players. Nope, that didn't work. Can't threaten an offense if you're not on offense. 2-9 Dauntless blitz here by Snake Plissken. Gets a knockdown, no armor break. Dodge, rush to mark Socrates here, who's the would-be receiver. Two rushes. Copperhead tries to get on the ball here. Succeeds after a reroll on a failed rush. And then sprints onto the ball. Copperhead, a blodger with sidestep and sprint. That is a combination I adore on certain players. So we've talked about block and dodge. Sidestep. Blocked. Let's say this player is getting blocked. He comes in this direction on the block. You get pushed. If you get pushed in one of the 3 spaces directly behind you. But sidestep lets you get pushed into any adjacent open space, and you, as the coach of the player getting blocked, you decide which space that's going to be. So that's great for getting free movement. That's great for avoiding a follow-up block. And also, sprint. So sprint lets you rush not 2 times, but 3 times. Sprint and Sure Feet is a great combo as well. Sure Feet gets you a free reroll on a failed rush. Thanks for pointing to the next elf to be injured. A scrum might form around the ball here if this, if Socrates can't recover. The Skinks are fast, but they're not particularly agile. They're only a 3+. Good removal here by Philosopher's Song. They spend another reroll. Philosopher's Song with no rerolls left for the game. Philosopher's Song has won 4 games in a row here in Blood Bowl number 5. They're looking to win game number 5 this evening and advance to the finals to face off against the winner between the Believe Broncos and Odin and Snuffle, BB Nut versus Clypheus, Nurgle versus Norse. A removal on the blitz here to make that a 4+ to pick up. Now it's a 3+ dodge away, works out. Well done. Recovers the ball here, advances it up to the Lizard 6-yard line. Keeping the Crocs in check here. I'm sorry, Copperhead is keeping the Crocs in check here. Tries to dodge away. No! Failed the dodge. Tackle negated the dodge skill. Did not get the reroll on the dodge and failed the armor roll. That is another removed skink. There are just 2 remaining on the pitch. Remember, they are the only players that can effectively move this ball. Everybody else on the Lizard team is an edge of 5+. Nothing looks safe against elves. 2-die blitz against Socrates will be a push. 2-die frenzy follow-up here. Socrates will sidestep forward. Got a pal out of this. Socrates did pick up an extra point of armor, but still got there. Oh, my word! What a catch by Sidewinder! Sidewinder on the frenzy follow-up blitz here. Got the power against Socrates. Got the removal and recovered the ball. One skink remaining on the pitch. The Snakes have recovered and they're on the Lizard 6-yard line. What a blitz. Sidewinder saying, I may have a smashed knee, but look, I can still play some Blood Bowl. The skink faked the injury. The kick was over his head. Turn 11 for Philosopher's Song. Things are looking grim. Now it's going to come down to Descartes trying to get at this ball, but Descartes does have block for sure, right? Has a safe pair of hands, has sidestep and dodge. But how do you keep the skink safe? Everybody else is tied up. 2-die blitz with Hegel. Gets a push out of this, will not follow up. Repositions to take a mark on the ball carrier. Currently would be a 1-die blitz against Sidewinder. 2-die block against Cool Reef on the right side of the line will be a push. Double pushes by Schlegel here. SB Beaver says this is no longer the time to say stay safe. We need a hero skink. We need a Pips. We need a Pips Pippy. Pal against Copperhead, looking for an 8+ with Mighty Blow. Got the armor break. Gets a stun out of this. 1-die blitz, I wager. No blitz. Oh, no. Oh. Failed the rush. 900%, baby. 900. A pal A foul against Hegel here to try to save the ball carrier. Ball carrier now free. One space away from scoring. Might be a handoff. Well, doesn't look like it. I was going to say it might be a handoff. Make the Ranger lower the rush failure rate from 900% to 99%. Sets up the loose cage to keep the ball carrier safe. I am not sure what Philosopher's Song is going to do at this point. Foul on a boy. Oh my word. Who's the elf now? Turn 12 for Philosopher's Song. My goodness. Oh boy. Oh. 6 players left on the pitch for Philosopher's Song. One of which is a skink. Marks taken on the right side of the cage. SB Beaver says at least Spire doesn't have to think too much about what actions to take. It's easy. It's easy when you have 2 players left. Don't I know it? 2-die blitz against Rattler here. Gets a push. Rattler will sidestep forward. He'll follow up here. I would say the NC Stakes might score here, but I don't think they want to risk these KOs coming back, especially the skinks. Final turn of the 3rd quarter. Two assists against the Crocs currently. Lots of marks. Two plus dodge to the blitz on the Crocs. 2-die blitz with Dauntless got a push. Can now mark the Crocs, but not both the Crocs in this. Well, he's got movement with the blitzer left, right? Yeah, he can mark both. Hands off to cage up. Well done. 2+ handoff to Black Mamba number 2. Seal up this tight cage here on the 24-yard line. Two-die blitz by Snake Plissken. We'll get a pal here. Or against Snake Plissken, I should say. Gets a stun out of this. Another mark on the ball carrier. Oh, this Crocs. How many boneheadeds is that for this Crocs now? Is that 4? 5? When you make it to the Blood Bowl, you got to get that out of your system. Sure, you go boneheaded 5 times in week 1 of the Chaos Cup. That's fine. When you're in the semifinals of the Blood Bowl, no, it's unacceptable. Fourth quarter begins here for the Snakes. Probably going to score at this point. just 3 turns left. They'd be in pretty good position if they're up 2-0. Be looking for a way to go after this skink without risking the turnover. Yep, there's the blitz on the skink. Doesn't get anything out of that blitz. There's the score. Just walks it in. 2-0 the score here. The NC Snakes solidify their lead here. Hey! Love how they just bang their head. Yeah! I just love the idea that she walks out to the middle of the field and does this every time somebody scores. All of the KOs come back for Philosopher's Song. 3 turns left. They are not out of it, but it is looking grim. The Snakes setting up with 3-4-4 again, but this time those linebackers in that secondary setting up pretty deep, as they know Philosopher's Song will be looking for a quick score here. Six on the line here for Philosopher's Song. They've got 3 skinks on the pitch. They put their fast one, Socrates, up on the line. Looking to be going for that one turn again. Can he get a 1 turn out of this? I guess he can. He's got enough guard. Here's the kick. Kick will almost certainly go to the left side of the pitch. Yes, indeed. And now the Snakes can set up a defense here to try to stop this score. They're not going to. Ball's going to be kicked to the left wide zone and kicked to the 16-yard line just off the left sideline. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Rush, rush. Gets the first push here. Second block, got the second push here. So now Socrates will be in scoring position. The question is, how did this ball get into his hands? It's got to be a pass at this point. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wait, very sunny. I thought it was perfect weather. Oh, it is very sunny. Oh, my goodness gracious. So a -1 on the pass. Good armor break. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's a 2. 2, 2. So we're looking at a long pass. The rushes could break that a short pass. Here's the pass. Oh, that was so much smarter. Didn't work out. So much smarter because he had the handoff here. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 rush. So much smarter. Didn't quite work out here for Philosopher's Song. They don't have the re-rolls. Turn 14 now for the Snakes. The Crocs contributed. The Snakes looking to defend against Socrates. Spire says he's helping. Setting up the screen. The Snakes inviting the touchdown attempt. They're saying, try it. Try it. Really, what the Snakes are doing is they're pulling back so they don't have to incur any more injuries if they win this game. Penultimate turn of this game for Philosopher's Song. Still technically in this game, but it's looking very, very grim. Here's the handoff. Got the ball in the hands of Socrates. It's going to be a whole slew of dodges and rushes to get into the end zone. Can he get any of the Sauruses back there? No. Here we go. Free dodge. Or good effort here by Philosopher's Song. They had to get on the board here in turn 15. Not going to work out. They can't get through that gauntlet of elves. And turn 15 for the Snakes. I think that is going to spell the end of this game. That's right. That's right. Not quite a pips yet. Here's the foul. Got the removal. Removed the scoring threat. Gotta try to score here. Can he get in the end zone? Once, no, he can't get in the end zone with the Witch Elf. Can he get in the end zone with anyone? No. Just keeping that ball safe in the hands of a blodger. Turn 16 for Philosopher's Song. Picked up a point of SPP for Snake Plissken here. Now Philosopher's Song. They're gonna do their duty for the next opponent. Here's the foul. The old GG foul. Yes, sir! The Crocs with the parting gift. Third 16 for the Snakes. Try to pass this ball one more time, and I think call that a game. Handing off to get the extra point on Snake Plissken here. Has a reroll, may as well spend it. Didn't work out. That is the end of the ball game with a score of 2-0. The NC Snakes will advance to the championship match. Congratulations to Moob. The number 2 seeded team in terms of, well, not seeded, the number 2 team in terms of league points. It just so happened that the random seeding worked out to be exactly as it would be if this were seeded here in the semifinals. The number 2 versus the number 3 seed. The Philosopher's Song had a fantastic run. Again, coming up from round 1, winning 4 games in a row, making it here to the semifinals. They will finish the season in, well, we don't know yet because there's one more game. We are in the semifinals. So Philosopher's Song here will have their consolation match against the loser between the Believe Broncos and the Odin Snuffle. When we get to the Blood Bowl, we do a consolation match, so we have a clear top 4. So we'll see Philosopher's Song back for one more game here against the loser of our other semifinal matchup between BB Nuts Believe Broncos, and Clypheus's Odin It's Nuffle. That's going to be Nurgle versus Norse. That game has not been scheduled yet. But when that game does get scheduled, you'll be able to check out and get alerted to that schedule on our website at maml.club. That's maml.club here on Twitch or on our social media pages on Blue Sky, X, and Facebook. You can also watch previous games on our YouTube channel. And if you'd like to play in Season 6, I'll drop a link to the Discord. There you go. You can come hang out in our Discord. You can talk shop. You can check out current standings and the current schedule. That we have dedicated channels for each. And the schedule channel is in your local time zone, so you don't have to do any funny math to figure out when the next game will be. Ajax the Right with the sub. Thank you very much. We are at the end of the stream, unfortunately. But always great to see you. Thanks for the sub. I really, really appreciate it. But yeah, so we're down to 3 more games left this season. We've got the second semifinal match against between Believe Broncos, Odin, and Snuffle, and then we'll have the championship. Well, we'll have the consolation match between Philosopher's Song and whoever loses that second semifinal match, and then we will have the championship game this season between the NC Snakes versus whoever wins the other matchup. The NC Snakes and the Believe Broncos have faced off in every single final this season. In the 3 open competitions, they have been the finalists. Believe Broncos won the first 2. They won the Chaos Cup and the Spike Magazine Trophy. The NC Snakes won the Dungeon Bowl in overtime. Will we see the Believe Broncos face off again with the NC Snakes here for all the marbles? We'll find out in a couple of games. Again, once that game gets scheduled, you can check it out on our website. You can check it out in our Discord channel. I hope to see you there. I love this game. My sincere thanks to everyone who's participated, to Spire as well. Spire, a fantastic coach. Again, ranked number 4 this season. So one of the very, very best. And that's going to do it for tonight. Thank you very much for watching tonight. We'll see you back here for the second semifinal matchup. Until then, take care, everybody, and enjoy the rest of your Thursday evening.